Good day, everyone. Hope you're doing fantastic. As you know, this is Tony Ibrahim, your captain for second citizenship and residency by investment programs. And today, we're not only outside the office, we are in a very special, beloved island, and we have a very special guest with us, and in very special place. We are in Silver Sands Hotel, which is one of the approved projects for the citizenship by investment in Grenada. And we have, if I may call it, the one and only, the former Consul General of Grenada to Dubai and Northern Emirates, back in 2000, starting in 2019, and the youngest, which is the more important, the youngest Consul General in Grenada, Her Excellency Rosanne Benjamin. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here.
First of all, for everybody who's really watching this video, I have to tell you something, that I have been here for almost 4 days, and then it was a kind of surprise for Her Excellency, but herself and all her team managed to show me all around the Grenada, and because of that, all of these videos that you're going to see in the podcast while I was in Grenada, it was because of her and her team. So first of all, I really thank you for all of this massive work with a very short notice, and sorry we had to make it a quite surprise to you, but it was quite coordinated with the team. So thank you for all of this time.
Oh, you're welcome, and we're so happy to have you.
I was more than happy, and I feel home, to be frank with you, with all of this such experience that I've had from the Grenadians, from yourself, from the team, from the place. Like everything was quite nice and unique experience. I will have it as a memory for all of my life. But not to make it quite long to our people who are watching this video, we would like to start with the first question. How do you see Grenada, Your Excellency?
Well, Grenada is just a wonderful country, a country where everyone should at least try to visit someday. Whenever you have the Grenada passport, it's always good to back up that passport with a visit to the country.
True.
It's only then you would have a greater appreciation for Grenada. And of course, you have been here. Grenada is quite safe, people very friendly, beautiful hotels, lovely beaches and restaurants,
nice
and
weather,
everything.
nice weather,
and then, amazing weather.
And then I was a bit shocked when majority of the people here, they don't lock their cars. So,
yes.
Something that you don't see it everywhere.
Yes.
Wherever you travel.
Of course, because just now I had the car open and you were saying, aren't you locking the car?
Yeah.
And I said, no need to. And that's just to show you how safe it is, of course.
That's great. So Your Excellency, since for the people who, let's say, watching this and like knowing you at the first time, if we may to say like a small about your background, from the teaching perspective, and then of course you were born and raised here, and then you had your diplomatic mission in a foreign country, in Dubai and so on. So if we can just a little bit more to let the audience know a little bit more about you first.
Who am I?
Yes.
Well, I was born and raised in Grenada. I got my studies in Grenada until my first degree at the St. George's University, where I studied social science. And from there, I moved on to China, where I received a scholarship from the government of Grenada in collaboration with the Chinese government. Of course, there is a bilateral relationship between Grenada and China. And so I was able to attain my master's degree in China at the East China Normal University, where I did management. And from there, I returned to Grenada, still worked in the Ministry of Education, or with the ministry, at that time as a teacher, and then transferred to Foreign Services and assumed the role of Consul General for just 4 years and a bit. And then, now I'm back to Grenada. I'm really enjoying being home with family, being home with friends. I still work with the government of Grenada, and I try to assist as much citizens as possible wherever and whenever I can. I still, because we have built that relationship.
Yes. As a family.
Yes. I always say persons in the Middle East now have become family. You have to earn their trust, which I believe I did. And since then, we have been sharing some good family relationship.
Indeed, and I can tell that during your diplomatic mission to Dubai, it's been a lot of contribution from the citizens there to the country, from computers to laptops, that I believe that it was even also published in the national TV, and even also a few people that few citizens, they come and they settled even, and they bought few lands, and then now we see some business, which is, we will talk about it, but from teaching perspective, which is you've been teaching in the island for quite a long time, or you had been teaching for quite a long time. So if we talk about the education sector first.
Right. Well, first of all, I believe that once you're a teacher, you can be anything. Reason being that as a teacher, you raise persons to be pilot, doctors, lawyers, whatever walk of society.
And we were like seeing here in Silver Sands that a few of the crew here are former students.
Of course. So, once you are a teacher, you mold students to become different persons in different sectors of life. I always believe you yourself need to expand beyond your horizon.
So true.
So that's why I would have transferred from education to foreign affairs.
Okay, now if we can focus more about the education and mainly at the St. George's University.
Right.
From not only that it get a big portion of the GDP towards the country, but from your experience as a teacher and even also as a student when you were studying in St. George's, especially for the enrollment fees in general, and then what are the ways maybe to get some less fees in terms of enrollment and so on?
Right. So the St. George's University started in the 1950s, and it started off with very small amount of students internationally, of course. Today, it has been way over 10,000 students.
That's a massive number, 10,000 students in one university.
In the university, and they offer a range of services from veterinary science to medicine and arts and sciences and so forth. So the university has been contributing greatly to Grenada's economy. It's quite affordable for the Grenadian citizens, where you get up to 75% off in some instances, based on your financial situation. You might get 25%, 50%, 75%, and so on. So it's quite affordable for the average Grenadian. And of course, the government have systems in place also to assist students that really would like to go to the university but are not financially able to do so. While I was in Dubai, I tried as best as possible through the assistance of citizens to get computers and so forth to students from the primary and secondary school level to help them, and in so doing that would eventually lead them to a university level once you have the resources available, of course. And with technology now, it's very important. So yes, we were able to source computers from several citizens who willingly donated computers on a regular basis. At one time, we outfitted all of the primary schools, with at least one computer.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was very good. And as I said, outfitting with these things would have led students to better themselves later to become even students of the St. George's University.
So true. And then what also I know, since we had the chance to go to the St. George's University, and then even also visiting from a friend of yours, they was so kind, and even for both of you to invite us, and even also to be inside the university, that there is, I believe, like a kind of numbers that dedicated for the Grenadians
Yes.
to be inside the school for 75%, if we can,
Yes.
up to 75%
Yes.
discount, which is quite a huge. It will be quite affordable.
Yes.
Since we were talking about that, you don't lock the cars, and then everybody here saying that it is a very safe,
Very safe.
very safe country. How you can, if you can say or express it more to the people watching, and even also for the Grenadians who they are watching and they have never been yet
Yes.
in the island.
We see Grenada as a virgin country, still pure, still untouched, still pregnant with opportunities.
Absolutely.
And as such, we're still kind of like a family-oriented country. Of course, we're just about 110,000 persons. We tend to know many persons. And since you know many persons, you sort of have that sort of family, as I said, family
Yes.
relationship with each other. Therefore, it's easy. Someone would see you, you know who the car for, you
Yeah.
may know who the house for, you know. So,
Wherever we go, we always see you that, like
Yes,
saying hi to
yes,
someone, saying
yes,
hi
yes.
to the others. And how many times we got invited also
Of
by a
course.
few people.
Of course. So persons would invite you to their home. Their vehicle is open to you. Their house is open to you. I mean, personally, I'm sitting here speaking to you now, and one of my windows is open in the house.
Okay.
And even a few days back, I wanted to lock the window. I thought I locked the windows, but it was open. And when I got back, everything was normal. Everything was fine, untouched. There was no cameras or anything, but everyone looks out for each other.
That's a great.
So that makes it quite unique.
That's a great. Talking about the investment, and then the island is a quite virgin in terms of investment opportunities and the huge investment. Since we went to one island, the Hog Island, and
Hog
then the
Island.
other private island as well, and then the opportunities of even also the abandoned buildings that it exists, and then it requires just someone to maybe buy it and then renovate it, and then could be either reselling it or rented as well, and so on. If we can just also have your view and your remarks about that.
Yes, well, we do have a lot of investment opportunities, especially with infrastructure side. Real estate is waiting to be explored. As you rightly said, from traveling around the island, you would have seen many abandoned houses.
Yes.
Even lands that is not utilized. Even some of the islands. So we have several small islands, and some of them are for sale. Some of them, they're private islands, and they're for sale. And of course, some belongs to the government. Once the price is right, of course, persons are open to negotiate and to speak. We hope that someday someone might see the need to build a nice hotel on one of the private islands, both for sale and for listing.
Yes.
And here in Grenada too, we have a high level of tourism. However, we do not have the hotel capacity for the tourists. So we find most of them stay on the cruise ship
Yeah.
instead of coming off and overnighting. So we hardly have overnight tourists because of the capacity of our hotels.
Of the hotels.
But then we have the carnival celebration where thousands of persons come to Grenada, but again, there is always an issue with hotel
Capacity.
accommodation. So some people keep up in private homes, Airbnb, and so on. So we really need development in the area of hotel building, or even utilization of fixer-uppers, as you would say.
I was a bit surprised when we were talking about like the value of some apartments, or the value of some lands that to be bought, and then we were saying that maybe $80,000 could get you decent house.
Yes.
Which is it's a very rare. Even
Yes.
also like somewhere else, you may not even get I don't know a storage room.
Yes, of course. So while it depends on your financial status, you can get a decent home or quite a nice house for 80, 100,000 and above.
Before we started to record this podcast, we went to a citizen, and he is a citizen by investment.
Yes.
And he has now a nice big company
Business, yes.
and business, and he really got touched first when he came, and then the immigration officer, he told him that welcome home.
Yes.
And for someone that he got touched from that, I think
Yes.
like 9 years ago or
Yes.
10 years ago, and now for him to have a business, and then even also to bring his son,
Family, yes.
and then to build it in equality in a way, and so on. How first of all, how easy to travel, let's say, from all over the world to Grenada, and how easy to do business?
Well, to travel has become very easy because we have direct flights from Miami. We have direct flights from New York, Boston. We have direct flights from Canada and from London. In some cases 4 times per week, and some cases every day. So from New York is every day.
Okay.
From London is 4 times per week. And we even have from Germany, but Germany is seasonal. So coming to the end of the year when the tourist season starts, then the flights come in like
Comes
6
from Germany.
months, yes, from Germany. And then you have inter-Caribbean. So you have some aircraft within the Caribbean. So if you're coming from Barbados, which are the major hubs, Trinidad and Tobago, and these islands like that, you have small aircraft that take you around the Caribbean. So for example, if you're planning to visit Grenada, but you also want to have a taste of the other islands, you can do so. You can pretty much do a couple islands in a few days because you can do inter-Caribbean airlines.
Nice.
Yes.
So with the experience of the citizen with opening the business and so on, how easy to do a business as a Grenadian citizen?
Well, it's quite easy because there is an agent that is set up to assist in that, into leading you to the right direction. It's called the Grenada Industrial Development Corporation, or we usually call it GIDC.
GIDC.
Yes, and this agency help you from 0 to 100. They walk you through the entire process. Additionally, some people might opt to use a lawyer, which we also have access to, which would also guide you, So it's quite easy, it's quite simple. As I said, with the help of that agency to walk you through the process, it makes it easy.
Absolutely, and then from the government to dedicate an entity
Yes.
and the government body to encourage the investors to come, and then even also to do the investment and to facilitate all of their needs. That it give a message for all the investors, for them to come, and then there is a one unit or one entity that can take care of all of their needs,
of it,
from the
yes.
licensing to the advice, maybe even also to some feasibility studies.
Correct, yes.
Oh, that's great. Since we are now in the restaurant, and
Yes.
and we had a quite nice meal.
Yes.
So if we can know what are the traditional meals in Grenada.
So traditionally, Grenadians would wake up to something called codfish. We'd make a sauce with oil and everything with the dry fish, and it's used with bread in the morning with cocoa tea. Cocoa is made from our local chocolate or local cocoa or chocolate tea. And at lunchtime you would have oil down, which is our national dish, which is made from a list of ground provision and different meats all in one pot. So it's everything in one pot cooked with coconut oil or coconut milk, which turns eventually into an oil.
Okay.
Right, and that's called oil down. And then in the evening again, it's basically similar to what we would have consumed in the morning for breakfast. So it's simple island life, simple eating. However, we eat a variety of food, traditional, and even Western,
we've seen hamburgers, pizzas, pastas in general.
Correct.
We've seen so many things, and then I was a bit amazed from the mixed culture that it is
Yes,
here
it's
because of
diversified.
maybe the university, and then the
Yes.
other foreigners who they
Yes.
settled and they choose Grenada as
course.
their destination. I was a bit surprised from the Syrians that
Yes,
there is a
of
huge
course.
community,
Yes.
and then
Yes.
they have shops and
course.
restaurants and
Yes.
places and so on.
Yes, yes, Grenada is a very diverse culture. We say there is no pure culture, not just in Grenada, but in the Caribbean. There is no pure because it's so diversified.
I agree.
So, of course, the diversity stemmed from the days of slavery when we had a plantocracy, and then the indentured laborers came to the Caribbean, and so the entire Caribbean is similar to Grenada, where you have different mixes.
True, but
Yes.
I can call it from the experience that visiting other Caribbean islands. Grenada always it has something special, mainly for the hospitality, mainly for other foreign nationalities that decide to visit Grenada and be in Grenada and invest in Grenada. That is really nice. So if we can before going for the last remark, if we can tell the citizens who they have never been here and they want to explore virtually the Grenada before, let's say, and decide which places that they want to go. So what do you advise them? What are the tools that we have here?
Well, we have the Ministry of Tourism, which is working closely with local persons. There is different apps now that is in place. I'm sure you would share with them.
Absolutely.
And the persons like you who visit Grenada and do many blogs and so forth, they can turn to these sites to see the different things that we have to offer, the underwater sculpture, the St. George's University, even here at Silver Sands, the swimming pool that is infinity, and the falls, the lakes, the nature, both nature and natural and so on. Everything, the beaches, the islands,
Everything.
small islands,
Yeah.
everything is just so unique, so amazing, so pure. For persons in the Middle East, the rainfall.
Yes.
We have a fantastic rainforest. So there is a lot to see, there is a lot to explore. I know Tony's office, 111 Immigration, the team can put a nice package together. I am here to assist anytime in putting a nice travel package together of some things you must see. And while the package could be put together, you also have to spend time thinking, what can I do in Grenada for myself? How can
Absolutely.
I invest? How can I do more? What can I do?
I totally agree, especially also for the Grenadians who, if it is their first time, they could even also do the driving test
Of
as example,
course,
so they
yes.
can get a driving license ID.
Yes.
And then maybe if the passport need to be renewed, they can
Yes.
also do it as well.
Of course, yes.
And how about the gentleman that we met, which is the website that we're going to share, that it is a massive and
Yes.
nice idea that to visit all the Grenada
course,
virtually
yes,
from the
yes,
website.
that
That's
was,
amazing.
until now I don't have all the details, but there is this young man that has a virtual view of Grenada, so he can walk you through the entire Grenada
The whole
and all
country.
of the activities that you can do, the culture, the food. There are different aspects that you can click on and you can see whatever interests you. So that
True.
was very, very nice.
Your Excellency, before ending this podcast, I would love your last remark for dedicated to all the citizens who they have never been yet to in Grenada.
Well, first of all, I think I failed to say it in the beginning, but back in 2019, I actually started the consulate in Dubai from zero.
From scratch.
And we built a network from zero, from scratch, as you would say. And today, I think the legacy left is a very good one. It was not easy to start a consulate, or I don't think it's easy to start in any country for that matter, but successfully with the help of good people, it was successful, and today it's still going well. The consulate is still very much alive in the UAE. We also have an honorary consul in Lebanon for persons who might be in Lebanon or close to Lebanon that would need help. And of course, as I said, Dubai, and we have your, of course, 111 Immigration that is always open and willing to help. I work closely with whoever is needing assistance while I am in Grenada, which makes it easy for some persons directly.
Sure.
And I'm just really happy to welcome everybody to Grenada. Once you're here, you let me know that you're coming, and I'm happy to
Do not
take you
surprise her
around.
like me.
Yes, please don't surprise me. Just let me know.
To have a time to plan,
yes,
of course.
so I can plan nicely to get everybody comfortable. Good hotel, good taxi, or good rental, take you around and so forth. Yes.
Your Excellency, from all the days that I have been here, and then to this podcast, and even also to visit the office in Dubai when you were in Dubai, I would sincerely thank you for all your dedication to the country.
Yes.
From supporting the citizens from all over the world to be in the country, to try to help them, even also to settle in the country. And this is what we have seen in a few citizens who they have now well established in the country.
Yes.
And then even have so much ideas to invest and even also to explore more. So I don't have, I wish there is any word to say more than thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, and we're happy to have you. And again, we're happy to have, and we're waiting to welcome all of our citizens, all of our friends, and the extended family of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique.
That's great. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this wonderful podcast. If you have any question, of course, put it in the comments, and we will either us or Her Excellency will be answering these questions. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.
Bye.